Hi, I'm Donna. I had never been confident. There weren't many girls that looked like me in movies, magazines, or commercials. I was particularly insecure about, my huge rear. Getting into my favorite jeans wasn't easy. Ugh. My mom was a real beauty, which did not help my confidence. She was the prom queen when she was my age. By the way, do you want to know a secret? Sometimes when no one was watching, I tried on my mother's crown and dreamed that I was Miss Spring. Oh, are all these flowers for me? That is so sweet of you! Donna, what are you doing? Just dusting off your crown, Your Majesty. Oh, baby, that was so long ago. I'm a respected doctor now. You could try and become the prom queen this year, though. You're charming and talented enough to succeed. Oh, she must have been joking. I really was talented. I was great at dancing and skating, but I was very insecure about my looks. So I only did it when no one could see me. My school life sometimes resembled an obstacle course. For example, I was worried that everyone would gossip about my figure, so I often changed for gym class in the toilet. One day, I was struggling to button my jeans. Oh, come on. And then Rose walked into the toilet. Her name suited her. She was beautiful and arrogant, just like the flower. She even had thorns. I held my breath and I hoped she wouldn't notice me. But at that moment, the treacherous button suddenly came off and boop, hit Rose's nose. Oh no, she wouldn't leave me alone after that. Hey, chubby cheeks, did you get stuck in any doorways lately? Haha, hilarious. My classmate didn't have a great sense of humor, but I didn't have the courage to put her in her place. I was too shy and I didn't have any friends, so I always sat alone in the dining room. And that gorgeous guy is Patrick Johnson, the best student at our school. He was really freaking good at chemistry. I often stalked him online, and I knew we had a lot in common. We both loved cats and fantasy novels. However, I lacked the courage to come up and talk to him. I thought I wasn't good enough for him. Of course, I dreamed of changing. One day, I dozed off in the classroom and had a dream that I was slim and beautiful. Everyone adored me, and Patrick treated me like a queen. Well, I woke up because our teacher was banging on my desk, and my classmates were dying laughing. Donna drools in her sleep. She must have dreamed of pancakes. Oh. I wanted to sink through the floor. Later, we were told there was going to be a spring dance soon. All the girls immediately started to discuss who would become queen. What a silly question! Of course it's gonna be me! I desperately wanted to get that crown, just like my mom. But I knew I didn't stand a chance, so I didn't put my name on the list of candidates and I went home. I had to walk by an extreme park. I'd always watched the skaters there do cool tricks with envy. I knew how to do some cool flips too. However, I never joined them because I was worried that everyone would start laughing at me. Like, haha, you're gonna break the skateboard in two. I'd much rather keep practicing alone in my backyard. That night, I had the worst nightmares of my life. I was standing on stage when my jeans burst. My classmates started laughing at me like hyenas. I woke up in a cold sweat and I realized something had to change. I couldn't keep moping because of my appearance. I was going to become the queen. From that day on, I did my all to lose weight. I ate only vegetables for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. My mother noticed it and tried talking to me. Donna, be careful with those diets. Beauty is not a number on the scale. It's easy for you to say. You're slim. Mom thought about something for a while and then suggested that I go to a dance studio. Sports could help me lose weight and it would be good for my health, after all. But I resolutely refused. Dancing in front of a bunch of people that could make fun of me? Hell no, not for the world. I kept eating like a bird for a couple of more days, but the lack of results was infuriating. I was anxious and I kept losing my temper. I would have probably given up, but then Mom handed me some pills. I see how hard you're trying, and I want to help. This was developed in our hospital. They'll help you change overnight. Yeah, right. I told her I was too old to believe in fairy tales. However, I decided to give it a try anyway, because I didn't want to hurt her feelings. I took one pill before going to bed. It wasn't like things could get any worse. After that, I fell fast asleep and had weird, vivid dreams. The next morning, my life changed. I walked into the bathroom and I almost screamed when I saw a slender stranger in the mirror. Ah! Who are you? Wait, is that me? I thought I was still dreaming, so I pinched myself. Ow! It hurt! It meant it was all real. My mother's magic remedy really did help me change overnight. I hugged my mom tight and I thanked her for her help. And then I skipped off to school. Everyone would be stunned when they saw how much prettier I was. I walked down the hallway feeling like a model and playfully winked at all the guys. My classmates looked after me, surprised. I became beautiful and was finally able to do what I'd always dreamed of. The first thing I did was put my name on the list of contenders for the prom queen crown. Then I sat down with a group of popular kids at lunch. Before, I wouldn't have dared to even look in their direction, but now we were having fun, chatting and discussing our favorite TV shows. Donna, you're so cool. I wish we'd hung out more. The transformation gave me confidence. I even dared to talk to Patrick. Hi, you probably don't even remember me. Why wouldn't I remember you? You're Donna. We have chemistry together. Oh, he must have recognized me by my bright hair. After all, it was the only thing left of the old me. Patrick and I chatted all through the recess and even agreed to go to a cat show that weekend. Why hadn't Mom given me that remedy before? I made friends with everyone in school in just one day thanks to my new luck. After school, I went home, feeling like I was walking on air. It was the best day of my life and nothing could ruin my mood. But then, I saw a stranger by our house. His face seemed vaguely familiar to me. I tried to remember where I could have seen him, but for some reason, that just made me dizzy. Sir, have we met before? No, Donna. This is the first time I'm seeing you. What? Then how do you know my name? I said dollar, not Donna. Look, there's a dollar lying right there. Huh? No, there isn't. I looked away for just a second, but that was enough time for the man to sneak away. What was up with him? But soon, I forgot all about him. I told my mom about my amazing day and I thanked her for her help again. I'm glad that things are finally working out for you. By the way, what are those pills called? There was nothing written on them. Those pills are experimental and not on sale yet, so they don't have a name. Don't worry about that though. Let's just have dinner. Later, something weird happened. That evening, I was looking at my reflection and realized something. Hold on, why do my old clothes fit me? I've lost so much weight, they should be hanging off me. I decided that Mom had probably just bought some new clothes for me. I wanted to ask her about it, but she was already asleep. Starting from the next day, I started preparing for the spring dance. I looked gorgeous in my dress now. Wow! Still, I wanted to learn a couple of new moves, so I headed to a dance studio. During the first lesson, I showed everything I was capable of, and I was praised by the teacher and the other girls. That was amazing, especially for a beginner. Have you taken dancing classes before? I only ever danced in my room, with the lights off and the curtains closed. You see, I used to look different and I was very self-conscious. Well, I'm so glad you decided to join us. You could become a real star. My dancing skills improved by the day. I got new friends and hobbies. My life just kept getting better and better. Rose still picked on me sometimes, but her snide remarks didn't bother me anymore. Donna, do you really think you could become the prom queen? Aren't you afraid the stage will break under you? I rolled my eyes. Was she hinting at my weight? I was thin now. She really needed to switch it up. I finally had the courage to put that upstart in her place. Rose, do you really need to insult me to feel better about yourself? It's pathetic. Hey, guys, clap if you think Miss Thorne is acting dumb. All our classmates burst into applause. Patrick said he admired my bravery. Rose realized she had lost that round and scowled. You'll pay for this. Whatever. I wasn't afraid of anything now. After all, I finally had cool friends and hobbies. Patrick and I became an item. Being confident was awesome. Things were going great until I ran into that weird guy again. I was coming home from school when I saw him coming out of our house. Just looking at him made me dizzy again. I called out to him, but he pretended not to hear me and quickly ran away. What was going on? I immediately asked my mom about him. What are you talking about, sweetie? I had no guests today. Something wasn't adding up. Either I was hallucinating or Mom was hiding something from me. I decided to talk to her about my magic vitamins the next day. What if they were having some weird side effects? But Mom left for work before I woke up, so I brought the pills with me to school and I asked Patrick for help after classes. You're good at chemistry, right? Can you find out what these are made of? I don't know, Donna. That's gonna take a long time. Please, it's very important. Well, anything for my princess. I hugged him gratefully. He was the best boyfriend ever. We had been planning to go to a pizzeria after classes, but since Patrick was gonna be busy in the lab now, I took my skateboard and I went to the extreme park. Hi, mind if I join you? I showed them a couple tricks and they whistled approvingly. I easily fit into their company and was over the moon that I'd fulfilled yet another one of my dreams. I loved my new life.
Wow.
But I was also worried I would gain weight and become my old self again. The insecure and shy Donna. I even had a nightmare about it that night. In it, I went onto the stage to get my crown and bam, turned plump in front of everyone again. Ugh, I almost fell out of my bed from horror. In the morning, I convinced myself that I was just nervous about the upcoming dance and I went to school. Things were going great, as usual, but then something terrible happened in gym class. Rose kept glaring at me, and I knew she was up to no good. When it was my turn to take the running test, I did a few laps around the gym, sweating so much that all my clothes ended up soaked through. Oof. After the test, I sat down on a bench and fell because someone had sabotaged it. I knew who was to blame. Ugh, she was gonna get it. Rose, you've gone too far this time. Oh, please. You're so heavy. Sooner or later, it would have happened anyway. What are you talking about? I'm slim now. Really? Look over there then. What? I looked at the place where I had fallen and I couldn't believe my eyes. There was a huge wet spot on the floor. But how was that possible? I anxiously got on the scales and it couldn't be real. My weight hadn't changed at all. It wasn't right. I ran out into the hallway and I bumped into Patrick. Oh, I was just looking for you. I found out there's nothing special about your pills. They're ordinary breath mints. What? How had they helped me then? I looked in the mirror and saw the truth. My body looked the same as it used to. I felt dizzy. It was like I was stuck in a nightmare. I rushed home and demanded an explanation from my mother. Donna, sit down and I'll tell you everything. There was no magic remedy. I just wanted you to believe in yourself, so I asked my colleague, Dr. Ross, for help. He's a hypnologist and he convinced you that you had changed, and now you looked the way you'd always wanted. Now, it was clear who that strange man was. He must have come over to find out how I was doing. I forgot Dr. Ross's face after the hypnosis session. But as soon as I saw him again, my memory started to come back and I got dizzy. I couldn't believe my mom had deceived me like that. I started crying like a baby. Sweetie, it did you good though. You finally did everything you'd been dreaming about. Found friends and got the boy you've always liked to fall for you. Can't you see that it's not your looks that matter, but your confidence? Her words made me feel even worse. I remembered that I had gone skateboarding, danced in front of everyone, and flirted with Patrick looking like that. It was humiliating. I must have looked ridiculous. I ran to my room in tears and decided I would never leave it again. Mom knocked on my door, but I didn't want to talk to her. A couple of days passed that way. I just lay in bed and stared at the ceiling. However, people kept calling and texting me. Where have you been? I miss my princess. Then, I got a bunch of texts from my classmates asking if I was okay. After that, my dancing teacher called. Donna, you've become a real star for our group. Why did you stop coming to classes? And then my skater friends started asking why I didn't hang out with them anymore. Could it be that my mom was right? My friends liked me because of who I was, and my appearance had nothing to do with it. I thought for a long time, but eventually forgave my mother. Everything that happened really had done me good. A few days after that, I went back to school. Everyone was so happy to see me that I felt on top of the world. At the spring dance, my classmates voted for me because I had always been kind and friendly to everyone. Rose was crying in the corner because that was the first time she had lost. If the crown is so important to you, take it. What? But you won it! I don't need a throne to be a queen. What matters is I have loyal friends. So, it's yours now. Rose still looked confused, but started taking selfies with the crown. Meanwhile, I was having fun with my friends. Patrick pulled me into a spin and kissed me for the first time. Thank you for watching my story. Tell me what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to press like.